Lost Dutchman projects were the flagship project for DFFM on the Healthy Forest Initiative. And they partnered with the Bureau of Land Management and had these desert fuel breaks put in. One of the white papers in there, it's an executive summary on what we did, because there wasn't a lot of guidance. You know, fuel breaks in the desert are relatively new and we're still learning. So like I said, I took an approach where I was kind of hesitant to cut stuff. And when we look back at areas and some of the state projects that we did, looking back with some of the foresters after we cut, we're seeing invasives coming in. And so it got me thinking, we're enhancing the problem in the desert. The problem in the desert isn't an overgrown desert because of fire suppression and fire exclusion. The problem in the desert is the invasives. And I see a cutting project when you're limbing trees and when you are increasing spacing between plants by removing endemic plants. I see that as a prescription for a fire adapted ecosystem, because you're kind of mimicking what the fire would do, keeping the trees kind of limbed up and killing a lot of the little baby trees wanting to grow in and crowd them out. So my mind's now moved towards not cutting. I think there's areas where it makes sense to cut: parking lots, trailheads, you know, where you got a lot of people, recreation areas. But, you know, across the landscape, I think we should consider leaving the trees and doing a really good job of managing the invasives within that fire break. That's where it gets a little complicated, because you got a lot of different invasives, a lot of different expertise on what to do with the different plants: the buffalo grass, the fountain grass, the bromes, the stink net, our new friend from South Africa. You know, when you're looking today, look in that context, look at, you know, what the prescription was, if you can, you know, get that information at your stop, and what the end result is. And I mean, it's really that end state that, you know, a fire break needs to be maintained. It needs to be able to be a place that firefighters can go make a stand to protect whatever value that fire break's protecting. That's kind of where my mind went through this. It was, you know, the fire break to me was always limbing stuff up and, you know, cutting veg, but I think we can do it with a light hand on the land. We used to fight fire with mist tactics in the desert, minimum impact suppression tactics. I'm leaning towards having minimum impact fuel breaks. So enjoy today. It's going to be great weather.